Good morning. Good morning. Look at you. Enjoying your morning walk. Oh, Poe. Hello and welcome to the video. The sun's shining, honestly. I can't get used to this. We haven't had sun for weeks. And I think this is the second day running. Right, in this video, I am burning the briquettes I was making in the last video. So this is part 2 of the last video. It was so long that nobody'd put up with it. None of you, not many of you would have the patience. Patience nowadays is, well, we lack it. We lack it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get home, light the fire, and we'll get on with it, and you will see different briquettes. And it isn't how long they are or whatever. It is, but it's not. It's how they burn, its sizes, it's how I burn them. This isn't a typical night. I generally burn briquettes towards the later part of the evening where it just maintains the heat in the log burner rather than starting it up. And I use wood and a mix of wood and briquettes, and it works really well, so I'm pleased with it. There are a couple of surprises in this video about how well some of them burn, and I'm going to make 2 changes based off these 2 videos, the last video. And if I knew what I was doing, I would put it up there or maybe there, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do that. You'll just have to go to my channel and look at my latest videos and you'll see it. I'll make them look the same. I'll put number 2 on this one. A couple of changes, well worth watching. It surprised me, and I think it's going to save me probably 30% of my timber, which is great. So at least 30%, could be 40, could be almost 50%. So right, let's get on with the video. Right, welcome back. So first of all, we're going to have a little bit of a tidy up. What I do want to do, and I've bought some WD-40 back, is I've got a squeaky hinge. Listen to this. There you go. It's either there or it's here. So I'm just going to spray a bit on there and a bit under there. I don't mind if it's too much. And let's give this a bit of a wipe down. Some people say that you can go over the whole log burner with WD-40, and I don't know. Oh, blimey, it's nice. Blimey. And some say you shouldn't. Oh, and it's flammable, but blimey. Only as a liquid, not really as more of a cleaner, because it's got anyhow. Wow, squeaky door done. This, let's put a bit in there as well. This is working. And again, if it runs down the door, let's move that around a bit. It does look good. Look at the shine on there. I sometimes leave logs drying on the top. Right, so what have we got? We've got some wood here. We've got lots of wood in there. We've got a number of different briquettes, and I've got my little pad to show us which one they are, because they are all numbered, so we know where we're going. Right, let's just try that again. That's better. In fact, let's put a bit on the inside of that as well. Where is it? About there? No. Oh well. Oh, that's much happier. As well as that, I've been using the multi-fuel bit for a long time. This is about a month's worth of ashes. I haven't emptied the ashes for a month, which means this is slowly getting quite compact, which I don't know whether you've watched any of Zachary Sweep's videos, but Zachary says, you know, you should build it up. And I think I might take this out one of the days soon and start it. Anyhow, let's get it lit. Let's get you propped up somewhere and let's get on with lighting the fire. So to light the fire, I'm going to use some of the things I was using earlier in the video. So I'm going to start with a couple of biggish lumps down here. There's already a lump there. That'll do. A few bits of the wood I chopped earlier. And now I'm going to put one of these on and show you how I use these. So that's it. That's ready, done. That's number 2. And number 3. And as you can see, they keep their shape. They're pretty good. I can loosen them a bit if I want. And that's it. A bit of wood on there. A couple of bits of wood on there. And that should start the fire off. Let's get. Now I have lately been lighting the fire with one of these. It saves a bit of time. And it warms the chimney up at the same time. That's it, put it out the way. Leave the door open a sec. Vent open. Let the air run around. While that's doing that, I can tidy up. And we'll come back in a minute. So the fire hasn't really got going yet. It's still early. So the log burner is still, it's still not warm. Just slightly warm, but it's not, it's certainly not dangerously hot. And I don't normally do this. I'm only doing this because you guys are watching, but doesn't that look better already? Let's give the legs a clean. Looks great. What a treat for the log burner. And as you can see, it's, well, you probably might not be able to see. It's looking shiny for a minute, but then it's going dull. And all the muck's coming off and going on here. So that's okay. Nice to give it a finish. Looks really good on here. I'll show you in a sec. This is about 6 or 7 minutes later. As you can see, it's starting to burn nicely. Look at that with the it's not picking it up because it's night time. With the WD-40 on there, it looks great. I haven't cleaned the glass. I might clean the glass in a minute. Once the glass starts getting warm, I then clean the glass. But the fire's going okay. We'll let some of this burn away and then we'll start putting briquettes on. I have in here got some of my Christmas puddings. I can see some numbers down there. In the bottom is some eco coal made from nuts, which I've done a review on in my video. One of my other videos on the playlist. So don't forget, like, subscribe, all the other stuff. And it all helps support me and the channel and helps everybody else get somewhere with our log burners. So that's a good thing to do. And with our briquettes. Right, let's stop that there and I will come back in a few minutes when that's died down. The fire's going well now, and we've got a clock here to keep an eye. I started the fire at about 7:30, so that was about 10 minutes ago, and it's going pretty good, so we'll stay on there for a bit. And I think I'm going to put Now I'll wait for it to die down a bit, get it a bit hotter. The temperature isn't up to temp yet, so let's get it running a bit hotter, and then I will start putting some briquettes on as the wood starts dying down. Back in a minute. Just going to clean the glass. Rolled up piece of newspaper, spit in it a little bit, get some of the ash, hold the warm door open and just clean the glass on the inside, and it's looking pretty good. Let's have a look at that. How does that look? Does that look better? Yeah, and then you can use this. You can use this again to light the fire, so don't waste it. Roll it up on itself. Maybe there's a little bit over there I've missed, so get a bit more ash. And I don't normally close my hand in there, but you can see me cleaning the glass. Yeah, that's great. There you go. Wipe that away. There you go. That can light the fire tomorrow morning. Catch you in a minute. Right, there you go. See the time now, how long it's been going. I've moved some of the wood around, and I'm going to give it another 5 or 10 minutes and we'll see. Right, the fire's going well. I'm now going to put on some of these small, and you can see how small they are, some small briquettes that I made by hand that you've seen me make some earlier ones. These are much smaller than the ones I made earlier. They're much smaller. They're basically from batch 12 and 13. So let's put a couple of those on, and then we'll see when they were made and what the ingredients are for that. I'm just opening it a bit slower. That's lost its squeak. I'm opening it a bit slower because I don't want all the ash to fall out. Now I've got a stick. Now I find having a stick like this is very useful for just moving a few things around, just to get things burning. So I'm finding that having this up here, the grid thing, the basket, whatever you want to call it, the draft isn't coming through as good as without, but for now I'm okay with it. Let's put that there. So these are 12, that's 12, and those two are 12 as well. In fact, let's put a 13 down the back there, a 12 there, and a 12 here, and let's get some draft on there and see how that goes. Right, the door's about an inch, open about an inch. So with the door open about an inch, as you can see, it's becoming more like an oven in there. The fan hasn't started yet. So we'll build up some heat in a minute. But it's good to see the briquettes. This is just the wood at the moment. I don't think it's the briquettes. But it's good to see the draft around it. This top vent is to keep the glass clean. Bottom vent is for bottom ventilation. Door open about an inch, gets a good draft in there. And it's been going 20 minutes now, and I can feel it's warmer already in the room. Right, come back in a minute. Let's give it 5 minutes. Well, I was going to give it 5 minutes, but it's going a bit mad. So you can see it's the briquettes are burning, so it's the coffee on the briquettes, and the flames above are burning any gasification coming off the top of the briquettes. There's a little bit of smoke there. There's smoke coming from the wood as well, but there's no major smoke in there. Okay, let's close that up like that. Let's leave the vent open. Let's leave the vent open, and as you can see, it's like burning coals. I think now I'm just going to reduce the ventilation just a little bit. I want to get the temperature up in the log burner, but the coffee burns hotter than wood does anyhow. So give this a bit of time. And yeah, I mean, it's been going 22 minutes now. So we'll come back again in a minute. As you can see, it's burning beautifully. I don't want to open the door. They're burning like coals and behaving like coals. And actually, I really like the handmade ones. They look good on the fire as well, because you can stack them and they behave quite well considering they're round, whereas some of these can be just a little bit too big. I haven't burnt any of those yet. I burnt a couple, but nothing recorded. That's number 14. Let's have a look in there and see what have we got. 12 and 13. Right, batch number 12 started 17th of June last year. It looks like we've got 14.5 kilograms of coffee grounds. I left it for 8 weeks. I made 24 of the Christmas puds, which is what I'm calling these. Look at that fire now. Beautiful. And they're falling into place. Made 24 of the Christmas puds. And in January they're still a little bit damp 6 weeks later. But that's November. I mean, that's winter, so it took a little while to dry. But that's okay. They're looking really good in there. It almost looks like coal, doesn't it? So that was batch 12. Batch 13 was started on the 5th of August 2023. This is both 2023. These were left nearly 3 months, and I made 27 round balls, and I did 10 in the moulds like your margarine tubs. So I did some of those as well. But yeah, 27 round balls I made. So these are from, when did I do them? Late November. So these are 12 months old. So they've had 12 months to dry. And from where I'm looking, look at that. They're beautiful. The heat's not up to temperature yet, but if I knock that tells me that it's, I think I trust that more than I trust this. It's been knocked a couple of times, but it's building its way up. Do you want to see what it's like with it open? As I say, I'm not opening it too fast because, right, there's some heat coming off that. I can feel it already. That feels hotter than the temperature gauge is telling me. But look, this is how they burn. This is how they're going so far. So that's nice. Bit of steam or a little bit of smoke coming off, a little bit of gasification. But you can see they're doing what I want them to do. So they're good. Right, this is where we're up to. It's, what's that? 11 minutes, 12 minutes, under an hour. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Remember, I'm just going to get rid of some of the ash so you can see it. Right. So that's one of the initial pieces of wood. Here are the rounds I've put on from 11 and 12, I think it was, or 12 and 13. So it's doing pretty good. The heat off it is good. It's not a big fire, it's a small fire. That thing's happy. So now what I'm going to do is, I shouldn't really mess with them, but you can see, I want you to see how solid they are and how round they are, and they're not falling apart. There's no cracks in them. So now what I'm going to do is just move a couple of these around, and we've got a couple from batch 14. I'm going to put a batch 14 there and a batch 14 there. Let's close the door and give them some initial blast of air. So the vent down there is fully open. Look how it goes very hot in there, very quick. You're basically putting them into an oven. But look how those little ones are still there. So hopefully we'll see more of those for a bit longer. Take notes if you have to. I can't remember how long they've been on. All I'm thinking about at the moment is the start time. But look how quickly the coffee does want to burn. Look how the smoke in the middle is coming off, but we've got flames above going higher up, so gasification is taking place. So if some of that smoke is oils or gases coming off from the coffee, that's fine. Right, let's close that up. Let's leave the vent about there, and the time now, there you go, so it's 50 minutes. So we put those on at 50 minutes. We'll come back again in a bit. Right, we're back. So it's just about an hour. The temperature hasn't moved much, but we're not having blazing fire tonight. Let's just... Right, so what have we got? We've got some of the tiny briquettes. There is some heat pumping out of there. Look at the gasification coming off the top of there. That's not necessarily the wood and the coffee burning. That's the gas coming out as it's being baked within this oven, basically. Little ones are there. Still a big one, a round one at the back there, so that's doing well. There is quite a bit of heat coming off it. Don't want to be too close to it, don't want to melt the foam, but yeah, look at the flames. Right, let's close this up and we'll come back. We'll leave that half an hour and then we'll come back. And we're back. So what's that? Yeah, it's not half an hour, it's another 15 minutes, but they've moved over and I wanted to show you what's going on. So that one fell. The little ones have gone now. That one had fallen that way. This one had fallen. But look, that one is still at the back there. I'm going to put on now some number 20. Yeah, some number 20s. Let's get rid of some of these. And let's put one down there. Right, there you go. There's some number 20s on now. So what's that? Two briquettes, 4 of the round balls, and now 3 of the ones made in a coffee can. You can close the door a little bit just to get rid of the ash. Door's open. Right, there we go. So it's been going an hour and a quarter. So yeah, we'll come back in a bit. Right, 2 hours later, let's have a look. So there they are, looking good. There are the briquettes. There are the tin ones. They're all doing great. Holding up pretty good. I think I'm going to put another couple on just to keep the fire going. Right, so the last 2 I'm going to put on are from batch number 22. And what I did with batch number 22 was I poured the liquid back on that one after I squeezed it out, and I didn't on that one, so there might be a difference between those 2. Also scorch the surface of that one with a blowtorch. So let's put that one that side, this one this side, and I might put a bit of wood round it because I think this is the last bit for tonight now. Some bits of wood, a bit of ash, and those briquettes are still there. Get some air around it. As you can see, when you get some air around it and leave the door open, some of the ash goes up the chimney. Just opening and shutting the door slightly. So there you go, 9:30. So this is 2 hours of the fire going, and let's leave that vent about there. We'll come back in another half an hour, see what it looks like. So it's going well, and we can see there's that piece of ash, there's that one's just fallen. There's another piece of wood over here. The temperature's gone up a little, fan's happy, heat's coming out, it's feeling good. There's that little one still, that's doing well. I wonder whether more draft has got to that one than that one. Hard sometimes. It's central vented, but it's burning nicely, it's pushing out some heat, so it's okay. And I don't pile it high. I wonder if I should take the grate thing out sometimes. Maybe I'll try that one of the days soon. You can see the gasification on the top of that briquette then. Little flames just dancing above it, which is cool. But yeah, so that's 2 hours 20 minutes. It's warmed the house up, and the whole thing's giving off some good heat, so it's pretty cool. Right, so it's calming down now. The briquettes are still burning, but this is the thing. That piece of wood has nearly gone, and these two briquettes here are still burning nicely. We've got the remains of a briquette over there. We've got a piece of wood here that's not really burnt very well. So that lot's still sort of going on, and the briquettes don't fall apart, they don't crack and break. Right, so what I have bought as well, which I bought earlier, which I mentioned right at the beginning of the video, is this. And this is what somebody once described to me as liquid gold. And what I want to do for the last bit on here is see how well this burns. Is it the liquid gold that they say it is? So I thought I'd put it on there. The smoke's coming off that wood, not the briquettes. And that's a dry piece of wood. That's been in my workshop for a long time. I don't know whether there's something in there might be a finish on there or something. Right. Just going to see what that black stuff does. So it's not making much difference. The flame's coming off that piece of wood now, but that black, it's burning, but as a liquid that's dried out. There's no flames coming from it. There's no flames coming from it. I don't think it's worth keeping it as a liquid. But just this proves that the briquettes can burn longer than the wood. That was a similar price. Look, for me tonight, I've hardly burnt any wood. I've burnt more briquettes. So it's me burning my waste, and better to burn waste cleanly on a fire like this than burn wood and waste wood, really. So, right, I'm just going to put another couple of pieces on the fire for tonight. If you want to come back next month, and I will do another video. I will be doing a video each month now to try and keep you guys coming back for more, and I'll save some more of these for next time. Number 14, let's put that there, and this fire will now stay in for the night and keep some heat coming down for a bit. 2 3/4 hours, and it's nice and warm. is cooling down a little bit according to that. So let's just give it a couple of seconds with the door open. Right, there you go. This will keep pumping out heat for another hour, maybe more too. And then the, wow, that's hot. So that'll just keep radiating heat for the rest of the night. It's lunchtime on a Saturday and I'm just getting some things done. Hope you enjoyed watching all of those different briquettes burn at different rates and all sorts. So now I'm here and I've got to make some briquettes because, I'll show you. Because that needs to go, and the rack's full of all sorts. These are the ones I did in the video and these are drying out. This is 2 days later. Look, they're drying out and these are going dry as well. So that's good. But what do I make? Do I make briquettes with the press? Do I make the cylinder ones? Or do I make the tub ones? And I actually think after the results, the sort of conclusion to this video is, I think I should make some more tub ones. I think I should get used to using these tubs. It's recycling not only the wood, but it's recycling all of these. And I think it would be a good idea to just, I think what it is I'm not losing any liquid in there. So, you know, that squeezes the liquid out, but these keep the liquid in. And I just think they last, I just think they burn better. I don't know whether it's the shape as well. I don't know whether it's just a really friendly shape. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is it me? Is it the shape? Is it maybe these are too small, they burn too quick, but they're handy to do, so it's good for you guys to do that. I've got the press, but the press, I'm going to make a batch of those now. I've got enough in there. I've got enough in there to do today. I want to get those out the way, get them done, and then burn them in another video, and I'll be back next month with another video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. All of that makes a huge difference to the channel. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Bye.